Stars and Empires, Colony Defense. There are now several maps to play with lots of new features. The depth of the features keeps growing while new ones are being added constantly. First, a little about the game so far to get you up to speed. You can select a colony to play on the world Alara Prime, currently the only point of interest that can be played in this solar system. Once you select Alara Prime, you can pick a colony to get started. You can select which character you want to play as. Some have different attributes, and currently they are all fairly similar. When we start, we get a countdown until the waves of enemies start. We can use this time to start setting up a defensive perimeter. We can go into our tech window to unlock new defense turrets and features. Let's get some of these S-class turrets that lets us build on top of walls. This will give our turrets higher elevated shots to reach further. Now we need to get more resources. We can press Z at any time in the game to switch between modes. The two modes are Design Mode, which is like a classic RTS-style game, and Commander Mode, where we can directly control our commander. Let's harvest more resources. Sometimes you may find natural ore deposits like this one. They offer a chance to get Elementium with minerals. Once we have enough resources to build more, we jump back to Design Mode and set up some more defense systems. We can build an observation tower and upgrade it in the tech window to unlock more of its features. Different facilities can get stronger or more advanced with upgrades. Once we unlock these tower upgrades, we can now see things like enemies' locations, where they are spawning from, and even where resource nodes are. These nodes we can actually build harvesters on. Let's build some. Energy is vital, and some maps will trap you if you don't build carefully, forcing you to get resource locked, as there are only a finite amount of resources on some maps, so choose carefully what to research and build. Waves of enemies will always get harder, but are random within a range of options. This means each wave will never be the same if replayed. Sometimes you may get harder enemies on a lower wave, or a lot of easier enemies on a higher wave. It's random, but still scales the higher the wave. Also included in this mechanic is the colony you are playing on. The harder the colony, the harder the waves, and so forth. Let's explore around and see if we can find anything of interest. Sometimes you can find artifacts which randomly spawn on colony maps. Their chance is random, so you never know if you will find any or not. Once we get an artifact, it will help us unlock high-end technology, or sometimes can boost our current commander's stats. You can press tab and go to artifacts to see what you have and what they do. Next up are discoveries. These are found on certain colony maps. Once you find one, you unlock it permanently. Press tab and click on discoveries to see what you found. They each give a massive bonus to the current colony's progress, and they can also unlock future requirements for things like homeworld buildings and technologies you may seek. Along the way, while grinding enemies to a pulp, you will find different types of loot. Some of the loot will be resources to help you on your current map. Others will be what's called craftable resources. These get added to your personal inventory. Just press tab and click on inventory to see this area. These items can be used whenever you want, but keep in mind they only save if you are victorious on the map. So remember, winning means keeping that loot. Later, we can use these craftable materials to craft items at a fabrication bench. While building up your defenses, also press tab and keep an eye on your current threat levels. If any of these levels reach 100%, then you will get an event from that faction. Building different types of equipment will increase threats from different types of factions. If you're clever enough to withstand the attacks from all the waves, then you will be victorious. Your victory will calculate a bunch of things you did during the game. This gets added to your overall progress for that colony. Once a colony is 100% colonized, you will unlock more colonies that are further on that planet or point of interest. You will also unlock a perk for that map. These perks can be found by pressing tab and clicking on perks. Perks give your characters permanent stat increases. Along the way, you may run into various events which are random but can yield extra points towards a map's progress if you can survive them. Also, getting back to those threats. If you do end up getting 1 to 100%, you'll have to endure an event such as an invasion. Hopefully this beginner's guide helped a bit with getting started in the game. Catch you next time!